I haven't posted in years. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Analytics Friday. Bree E. Anderson here. I'm excited to have you all back for another day of just, looking at analytics. So I'm really excited about this one. But before we get too far into anything, let's just, as always, I want to say thanks to StreamYard for making this all possible. With StreamYard, I'm able to stream out to all these different places, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, so that I can talk to all of you lovely, lovely people. And yeah, who doesn't love that, right? It also allows me to put those really cool like overlays on here. Let me show you one. Analytics on desktop. Look, watch. Boom. So now I'm able to put that here. So this is exactly what we're talking about today. TikTok analytics on desktop. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know if this has always been here, like if I just missed it. But I just stumbled across this week actually. And it's really interesting because like I used to have to get on TikTok analytics like on my phone and try and figure everything out from here. And it was like this whole thing, right? So then you can see now you're navigating it on your phone, which is fine, except for, then it's just on your phone, and there were some limitations and things like that. So if you want to see though how to use it on your phone, I do have a YouTube video where I talk about that. I'm going to drop the link in the comments real quick so that you guys can see that video if you want to look at it. That's, like I said, that's how most people are going to access TikTok analytics, is right there on their phone through their profile. That shows you how to do it and all the things you get. But this is what I'm excited about, is TikTok analytics on my desktop, especially because I can download this data. So we'll get into that here in a second. But first, I want to know, are you using your TikTok analytics? If not, why? Why not? Is it because, like my friend over on TikTok, Andrew, sorry guys, gotta let the dog out. Go. My friend Andrew over on TikTok said he's not using TikTok analytics because he hasn't posted in over a year. So that's fair. That's a fair reason not to use it. But if you are using TikTok analytics, let me know in the comments how you're using it. And if you're not using TikTok analytics, let me know in the comments why. Because there is actually a lot of information in here. We're going to jump into it and talk about, what we can do. So Lauren says, no, I found that I got more views when I went back to personal. Yeah. So, different accounts have different access to analytics and things like that. That's something else that I wanted to talk about. So because of the kind of profile I have, I got access to, I guess you can't see it on desktop. I got access to the business creator like resources, which was TikTok going through and telling you like, okay, videos between 10 and 15 seconds get the most engage, or 12 and 15 seconds get the most engagement, and things of that nature. So that's probably going to be a video all on its own. But like I said, I don't know if this getting analytics on desktop was because I switched over to that business account. I did lose out on the creator fund, but it was just something that I wanted to experiment with. So I'm totally cool with that. Anywho, here we are, TikTok analytics on desktop. So as you can see, you get this dashboard right away. Something that I find really interesting, and I don't know, again, if this is because of the profile switch, but I get engagement information on all of these things. So video views, profile visits, likes, comments, and shares. So you can see that's for the last 7 days and 28 days. But now I also get access to last 60 days, and I can do custom. I think it's either up to 90 days or up to 60 days. And I can choose which what am I trying to say? What that time period is. So, right. So I could do like January 1st through the end of February or all of Q1, something of that nature, which I really like having access to. So like I said, I can look at my video views here, profile views, likes, comments, shares. And then I could do that over the last 28 days or the last 60 days, right? You guys can see I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus there for a minute. So yeah, and it compares to the previous it compares to the previous time period. So if you're doing last 60 days, it compares it to the 60 days prior to that, right? Just like most analytics platforms. And like I said, then I can download this. I can download it into an XLS, which is an Excel file, or I can download it into a CSV. And if I do that, let me do that real quick. If you guys have been on a live, you know that this kind of takes a second because then I have to choose like which screen I'm sharing. That's fine. Screen share. Let's do this. Get me out of here. Screen share. Let me pick. Okay. Application window. This. Okay. Share. So you can see this is how Bayside Tees, thanks for joining over on TikTok. Bustles on Wheels, good to see you there over on Instagram. It's so good to see everyone. Okay, so what is cool about this is you can see all this information was pulled. It's those five basic metrics that were on the dashboard. So what is cool about this though is you could start to run some statistical analysis on this, on whether or not, comments are going to lead to more views. Like how related are those? Are those really correlated? Same things with shares, same things with profile visits. If somebody comments, are they more likely to, do comments and profile visits? Are those pretty related? You could start to run all those things right here in Excel. I'm not going to do that because I want to show you guys some other stuff. Okay, so now I have to stop that and share this. Back to our TikTok analytics. Boom. All right, so we've got all of that information. Then we scroll down and we get information on our followers. And this is just your follower growth, right? So you can see the last 7 days. You can see 28 days, 60 days, right? Again, much like we see up here on engagement, we can see that on our followers. So you can see, like I had a video go pretty big during this time and I got 537 followers in that one day. I get another leap here. I get about 238 and then 54, 24. That's kind of the residual effect, right? You see that instant spike and then it levels and then an instant spike and then it's just a steady increase. That's pretty normal. But you can always kind of, because followers doesn't show up here, which is kind of interesting, but you could always compare that data maybe with a line graph, however you want to do that. So but let's get into it. Now we can go into the content section, and this shows over the last 7 days how many posts I made. So all of this information is on just the posts that I had within the last 7 days. So it's only 7 days worth of data, right? So we can see the videos like this Canva one. So on my TikTok, I just posted about how on Canva you can make one of those like landing pages where you have like all the different links to your different social media and things of that nature. You can make one right there in Canva. And if I click into it, it will show me even more information on that. So total time watched, 12 hours. Average time watched was 24 seconds. About 34% of people watched the entire video, which is insane. And then you can see 77% of views came from the For You page, which if you don't know what TikTok is, the For You page is just kind of like a feed that TikTok is like constantly serving up new content to people, and then following, that's people only watching videos from their followers. And then you can see, you know, where that audience was from, and you know, obviously all those engagement numbers, but you can see those engagement numbers right here. So if I look at this, for instance, this video was only finished about 19.9% of the time, which, you know, that makes sense when we think about the overall reach. So the overall reach of the other video we just watched was a lot larger than the reach of this video. And we can see that reflected in the traffic sources. So less traffic from the For You page, more from following, and even some from my personal profile. People just saw it because they went to my profile. And then this video, and you can see too, right here, it says the average time watched was lower versus a day ago, or a day ago. You can see that this full watch time is a little bit higher, but still lower than the one that had a lot larger reach. Again, you can see that reflected in the traffic sources and all of that. So that's the content page. And these are just like I said, the videos that were in the last 3 days. So Bayside Tees over on TikTok said, do you recommend running shorter videos to get better completion metrics? So yeah, like I said earlier, I don't know if you were on the stream or not then, but TikTok has actually said, they said it in their business creators hub thing, that videos between 12 and 15 seconds perform the best. So I would try, and some of my best performing videos were along those lines too. And so I have seen the benefits of those. So I would try some shorter videos just to see what happens. Josh Journey, thanks for joining in over there on TikTok. All right. So then we can go over to trending videos. So these are my videos that are currently getting the most traffic. So we can see this video, always be testing, right? So this is talking about Google Optimize. When I get in here, again, you can see that 39%, almost 40% of people watch the entire video, which is awesome. 210 hours. I just want to stop and think for a second. How often do you create a piece of content that people are consuming for 210 hours? Like I've held people's attention for 210 hours. That's insane to think about. So that's just the power of TikTok, guys. But yeah, so you can see average time watched, full video, all of that stuff. And you can start to use some of these and go, okay, so this video was, let's see, 18 seconds. So here you go, Bayside Tees. This shows you exactly the video. So this was 18 seconds. The Canva video was 38 seconds. The brand story one was about 60 seconds. And you can see reflected in the full video watch time. So the full video watch time on this was only 13%, where the other ones were a lot higher because the videos were a lot shorter. So here, that's what we have on content. Now we can do total followers. Again, so this is the same graph that we saw on the dashboard homepage, but we can come down here and start to get more information, like the demographic split between male and female, which I don't generally worry about too much. The territory split, which is interesting because it will affect, obviously, what time your users are online and when you're going to be reaching those people. And then this is always the fun one, the follower activity. What's the best time for you to post? And this, for me, it says 9 p.m. But really my hot spot in my eyes is between 4 and 9 p.m. That's generally when I try and post. And you can see those dips, which is pretty interesting. What is interesting is on my phone, I see days. So like which days are most active. But on here it's not as clear cut. So like, let's see, I'm going to have to, oh, I don't have a calendar. Okay. So the 25th, so 23 and 24 were, sorry, I'm pulling up a calendar here. 23 and 24. That was a Friday and a Saturday. And then those were the two lowest days. And then they go back up. And I'm going to guess that's because my content is very like professional driven, like it's work related, so people probably aren't interacting with it as much on the weekend. So not too impressed with this follower tab, really hoping that they build this out more. So but yeah, you can see it here. Kelly Jean, thanks for joining over on TikTok. Okay, now we can go over to the live section. So I go live every Friday on TikTok. I should be going live more. I don't, but that's just life. So these are the same metrics that we get in the on your phone, right? And we can do just the 7 and 28 days. So again, this view is pretty much the exact same as the crud, what's it called, as the mobile version. Bayside Tees on TikTok asked, can I ask, how does going live compare? Compared to what? It depends on what we're comparing it to. So again, really not a ton of information here that you don't see on mobile. New followers, if you're gifted anything, unique followers, top follower or top viewer count. So that's like people sitting in the room at the same time. How many live videos was there? How many, like what was the total time you went live? Again, not super impressed by that. So really for me, I'm thinking if you're going to be using TikTok analytics on desktop, I highly recommend going in to that content tab, because that's really where you're going to make the most impact, right? Like maybe you go into the follower tab and see what time you should be posting, but you can find that on your phone. The content tab though is a lot easier to navigate all of the different numbers, and you can download all of that data and see how it compares to each other, right? So and start to find trends. I am interested because I don't think it tells me on here. I want to see how many followers I got from each video. Am I missing something?
I just proved myself wrong about.
Oh wait, maybe. Also, you can upload to TikTok from your desktop now. Yeah, it doesn't say on here how many followers were gained or anything like that. So it's kind of a bummer. But alas, tons of content on here. And you can pull it out of the platform, and then you can start to own that data, right? And that's always a big deal. We've talked about it a lot. As much data as you can possibly own, you definitely want to do so. So does anybody, before I wrap this up, does anybody have any more questions about TikTok analytics, specifically looking at TikTok analytics on your desktop? Like I said, friends that are over on TikTok, you can go to my Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube to see the screen share, so you can see kind of what it is that I am looking at. But if nobody else has any more questions or anything of that sort, I do want to remind you that if you feel that you got any sort of value from this, it would mean a lot to me if you would go to my Buy Me a Coffee page and consider buying me a coffee. I really do actually use that money on coffee the majority of the time. and I would really appreciate it. So thanks guys so much for hanging out for another Analytics Friday. I'll see you next week, and don't forget, you're a beast.